What happens when you begin to pull away from a narc? How do they behave when you pull away and that control that they so desperately crave is slipping away? Let's talk about what a narc does when the balance of power begins to shift. Let's start with blame shifting. When a narcissist fears that they're losing control over you, this can prompt further fear that you're going to exit and leave the relationship. You're backing out, you're not talking to them as much, maybe you're kind of shutting down. You've just had enough of their behavior. So this extends their fear a little further to, I'm going to lose this source of supply, they're going to walk away. Narcissists are extremely fearful-based kind of people. They're afraid of quite a bit. And running off of adrenaline and those kind of fears, they will begin to blame shift. This is damage control for somebody who's just super narky. They need to get to everybody as quickly as possible and let them know that things are over between the two of you, or that they're ending, because this can actually prompt a discard if they fear that you're going to leave. Sometimes they hurry up and just dump you and end the relationship so that they can come out on top, which I talk about in other videos, but now's not the time. But they need to lie to everybody else, everyone in your little circle, project and blame shift, and of course, run their smear campaign. Since the narcissist feels that they're losing control over you, they attempt to persuade and lure others into giving them control by making other people believe that you are the cause of the issues, you're the liar, you're the cheater, the master manipulator, and so on. Very common claims that narcissists make when they're doing this are, you're the very selfish person, you are very self-centered, when it's really them that exhibits that kind of behavior. They can just straight up ignore you. Narcissists are all about handing out punishments when they feel like you're stepping out of line and they're losing control. In some cases, a narc might actually choose to ignore you if you ignore them or pull away. They fall back to their secondary and other sources of supply while just choosing to give you that icy cold shoulder. And we all know that ignoring a narcissist can send them over the edge. And they hope that doing the same can get that same response from us. A lot of times they go radio silent, hoping it makes you upset and anxious, and you reach out to them to try to make everything better. Yet just another way that you can know that their power is slipping. If you find this video helpful, interesting, or informative, please leave a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos on narcissistic awareness and education. Of course, you might get some love bombing. You leaving, walking away, shutting down, going silent, pulling back, and regaining control is not on a narc's plan of action. Just simply not what they want to happen. And some narcs are going to resort back to love bombing to suck you back in. You'll get overwhelming amounts of texts, calls, filled with compliments, attention, affection. Typically, whatever they begin to withhold from you as you get devalued is what they give you when they love bomb you. They have a really uncanny ability to be able to sort out what you love the most as far as what kind of attention, kind of like what your love language is, so to speak. And this is what they give out very sparingly. It's the carrot they dangle in front of your face to keep you around. They might also go all out with a grand gesture to try to lure you back in. They might propose or suggest the two of you move in together, get married, plan a big trip together, all other kinds of future faking if they know they need to do something major. And most of the time, this love bombing is only done because the narcissist is the one who wants to discard you. They need to win. They need to be the one who walks away. It just works better for their victim narrative, and everything needs to be on their terms, not yours. So they'll love bomb you to suck you back in, to then pretty much discard you once they have a new source, because they need to be on top. Once they get the scent that you're trying to leave, trust me, the hunt for their new supply kicks up into high gear. But nonetheless, they still don't want to lose this battle with you, even though it's time for them to probably get a new source because you probably have one foot out the door. Of course, we have to talk about narcissistic rage. You can find a narcissist will become incredibly angry when they can sense you're pulling away from them. And they can often refer to this as like it's insubordination to them. You're not playing right. You're not following the rules. You're not giving them power and control. You're not being submissive and letting them do whatever they want. So it turns to anger. They can yell and scream, send you really nasty text messages, voicemails, emails, everything else on social media. Often while raging, they will point out every one of your flaws, shine the world's biggest spotlight on them, belittle you, devalue you, even become maculatory and make fun of you. They say anything they think of to hurt you because they have no control over their emotions in these moments. They realize they have no control over anything. So you are essentially watching an adult having a full-blown temper tantrum. They're unhappy, so they're going to just flip it all on you and talk about how terrible and awful you are and just point out everything they think of to tell you that you completely suck. If you'd like to get some counseling and coaching one-on-one with me, or if you would like to have a safe place to vent and or share your story with a survivor, you can visit jess-stanley.square.site. The link for that is down in the description for you. There you'll find the services I offer and some of the things that we can work on together, a little bit of information about me, and of course, all the information about the sessions. If you have more questions about what I offer, or you want more information, or if you would like to book an immediate or multiple sessions, you can always just send an email. And you can do that at bookachatwithjess@gmail.com. Public humiliation is a route that some narcissists will choose to take when they are very, very angry because they don't have control. It's yet another form of punishment that a narc can give. They openly mock you, tease, berate, and belittle you in front of other people, only to gaslight and minimize you after the fact by telling you that you have thin skin, you need to lighten up, it was just a joke, oh, come on, everyone thought it was funny, so on and so forth. They'll also reveal any secrets that you might have told them or other things in confidence. They'll just openly blurt those out in front of others, very sensitive topics and issues that you've told your partner, and it's just supposed to be between the two of you. And again, this is stemming from anger that they're losing control. So they've decided what they're going to do is, frankly, have some incredibly cruel fun at your expense. You might even notice that when they're doing something like this, they seem quite happy to do it. They might chuckle or smirk or laugh as they do this and try to lower, break your confidence, and just destroy your self-esteem. Because by doing that, you're even easier to control. It is a good way for them to attempt to establish that control and power again. Ruining occasions is honestly something that they're all going to do anyway, because nothing can ever be about anybody else. But if they feel that they're losing control, rest assured that your birthday, the holidays, any other special occasion is going to be ruined by people like this. They will forget your birthday, or you don't deserve a birthday because you're not playing right, you're not playing fair, you don't deserve it. They won't show up, they show up late. They'll fight with you. They'll fight with other people. And of course, they'll find this as a suitable place to run a smear campaign on you and try to steal all of the attention. Really, it runs the gambit of the things they can do if they even show up to these parties, events, whatever it is. And like I say, in all fairness, they'll do this anyway. This is normal, super narky shit. But if they feel like they're losing control, they'll make sure that any special day for you is a disaster, as this is yet another form of punishment. Share with me down in the comments which of these happened to you and how did you handle these tactics when they tried to regain control. Shame and guilt. Gotta talk about shame and guilt because we're talking about some narky people, and boy, do they love to make you feel bad. They love shaming and guilt tripping people, and I'm sure both of those have happened to you. They've happened to me. And they can do this when they feel they're losing, of course, that control over a person. It's really important to a narc that they break your confidence, which I just said. They completely wear you down, helps them keep that control. And you'll see an increase in the devaluing, the insults. They're going to just flat out tell you, you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. Why would you think that would be a good idea? They'll be sure to let you know every time you do something they don't like, or if you don't do something they feel that you need to. They might also try isolation attempts, because isolated people are also easier to rule over. They'll tell you no one likes you. People talk shit about you behind your back. Oh, you think these people are your friends? Well, they do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, in an attempt that maybe you won't want to be around anybody else but them. Stalking. In 2023, this is more done online than anything else, but it can absolutely be done in person. It's not like that never happens. If you're pulling back, you don't check in, you don't play by the rules, they look around to see who you're with, where you are, where can they get information. And again, it's quite common for them to poke around in the mind-rotting numbingness that is social media. But remember, stalking and harassment are just that. And that can be reported to authorities. They can be charged with harassment, stalking, trespassing, destruction of property, assault, etc. Check your vehicles for tracking devices, install cameras around your home, interior and exterior. And if a narc thinks that they're smart and they want to try to get cute, you can always hire private investigators to gather the information you need to press charges or deliver a restraining order or whatever it is in your area. It is also sometimes called a personal protection order, restraining order. They're not terribly difficult to get, especially if you have lists of unwarranted calls, emails, texts, them harassing you on social media. You have plenty of information to get that order delivered right to their front door, and don't hesitate to do so. Threats. Naturally, when control is threatened and that narc feels threatened, they're going to make those threats right back at you in order to get you to cave in and give them what they want. They think, oh, you're going to try to scare me, you're going to do this and that. Well, watch what I can do. It's extremely retaliatory behavior. And the threats can range from telling you that they'll make you lose your job, your home, your kids, or that maybe even they're going to hurt you. Threats can be uttered in moments of narcissistic rage, but they are definitely not limited to that at all. And all narcs have that narcissistic rage, whether overt, covert, malignant, they just have different ways of expressing and showing it. But all narcs can get that ragey feeling in them, especially when their power and control is threatened and they fear they're going to lose it. Triggering responses. When you're pulling back from a narc and they realize the control is slipping, there really is no level they won't stoop to in an attempt to regain that control. They will say really negative and inflammatory things to you and about you, hoping that this will get you to respond to them, hoping that it will get you to start talking to them again. Everything with these people is about responses, reactions, and getting a rise out of you. And this can show a narc that they have control over your emotions, that maybe they can strike fear in you, make you scared or very, very sad or even angry. And it's even better if they can get you to lash out at them, because that's ultimately what they're hoping for. The rise, the response, the reaction, because that goes directly to an ego boost. They feel powerful, they feel in control, they can get you to feel however they want. And a narc will typically, not always, but typically do this while remaining extremely calm, so that when they get a response from you, they can say, look how angry you are right now. Look how pissy. Look how out of control. You can't even control yourself. Listen to you yelling and screaming at me. Now, some can't control themselves, but some certainly can, and they'll take a very almost eerily calm tone when they say those things to you. Look how out of control you are right now. I can't even believe the way that you're doing this. So, were you or are you currently dealing with more of an overt narcissist or a covert? Let me know down in the comments, and of course, anything else that you would like to share with me. Thank you so much for listening today. Please consider subscribing for more videos to help my channel keep reaching new survivors every day. I appreciate you taking the time to listen. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.